Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Josh from JL Trucks, and today we're gonna be going and changing that bow tie. So I went ahead and ordered the light up emblem, which comes with this, and of course it does come with a back emblem on a chrome outside. And what this kit involves is the harness, the mini adapter to go ahead and connect it to the harness, to that a little clip lock for the connections, and a few zip ties just to make sure everything is hidden properly. Now we're gonna go ahead and start doing here is we're gonna go ahead and pop this grill, and give me a moment. Alright guys, so what we're gonna be doing under the hood here is we gotta go ahead and take this cover off. Now to go ahead and do so, you're gonna have to take these little tabs. Now there is a special tool to take these off. Of course I don't have it, so you could go ahead and improvise and use one of these flathead screwdrivers. All you have to do is in this mini groove, make sure you go ahead and press it here. So be careful when twisting it up. As you're doing so, it's gonna go ahead and pop out. Just go ahead and pull it up, and with the same screwdriver, just go ahead and move the bottom to the top. Now don't lose these. There is replacements on Amazon for cheap, but it's best to just keep these. Why even bother and buying other ones? And give me a quick moment and let me do it all around. Okay guys, so once you go ahead and take off the plastic, you're gonna go ahead and remove it and just go ahead and put it aside. Now what you're gonna have to do to go ahead and remove this grill is, you see here we have 10mm bolts. We have one here, 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 and here. And if you have a drill, of course, it will be much easier, but this will do. Just make sure it has a 10mm adapter. You don't need this extension. If you'd like to, you could go ahead and use it. I'm gonna go ahead and use it in this case, and let's go ahead and remove it. Alright guys, so once we go ahead and remove the 4 10mm that we did mention earlier, what we're gonna have to go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and pry this part open one by one where the screws were. Just be careful when you push it out and go orderly. If you don't, it will go ahead and snap back and you're gonna have to redo again. So what I like to go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and get these two at the same time. Make sure it's a little loose so it won't clip back. And on this one, it's a little tricky. This one does like to give you a little trouble. And there is here location place. Forgot the name of it. But it helps to put the trim or the grill back in place orderly. What I like to use is this trim removal. You just go ahead and put the wedge here. Right below it, make sure this little piece will go ahead and pop off, and at the same time make sure you're still putting tension to go ahead and pull the grill away. So I'm going to go ahead and clip back, and on this part, like the other ones, just go ahead and put more tension. Here, there we go. This one, pull it up. Now before removing, just be careful, since here we do have clips holding the grill. There are some here, here, and a row here. So be careful when pulling, since it could go ahead and damage them and break the clips off. So let's go ahead and do so carefully. Okay, and that's how you go ahead and remove the grill. Okay guys, so once we go to remove the grill, we're going to put it in a safe place where you could go and work on it. Now to go to remove the emblem, we're going to be working on this part only. All we have to do is on these chrome little clips, these right here, they do come wedged to go pinch on one side. So for example, in this case, we're going to go and push it out that way. This one we're going to be pushing that way as well, and this one as well. As you're doing so, just be careful and make sure that you're still putting tension to push it out. That way it won't go ahead and clip back in. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay guys, so once you go to remove the clips, this should easily go out like that. Go ahead and pop them off. I'm gonna put it aside. Now we're gonna go ahead and see how we could go ahead and fit this here perfectly. Now keep in mind, this is only for the parts of 2016 to 2018 Silverados. Go ahead and keep the part number down below in case you want to go ahead and order yourself one of these. Now once you go ahead and put it here, it's not just a plug and play. The reason I say that is we do have this little piece here where you're gonna go ahead and make a drill right here. Now, before making a drill here, just out in the middle, make sure you go ahead and center it. Take a look of where it lands, and mine did go ahead and figure it out. It landed around here. Go ahead and double check it before I make a drilling. And make sure, once you go ahead and drill, you make the hole big enough for this part just to go ahead and slide in. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so once you go ahead and make the measurement and you go ahead and make sure you drill appropriately, be careful. I went ahead and got too close to where the clip went. Always double check your measurements, guys. Once you go ahead and do so here, what you're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and release this wire from being entangled. Go ahead and drop it through, so. And once you go ahead and do so, make sure don't remove this plastic until you for sure know that it's gonna go through it properly. Just align every plastic up, and of course, always make sure you got the right side. And this should just go ahead and pop in. So, and there, you guys have it. That's go ahead and face fitment. It fits perfectly. OEM, of course. Like I mentioned, part number will be down below. Now, in regards to these cables here, let's go ahead and get this ready to be able to connect. All right, guys, now to go ahead and connect these wires and that emblem, we're gonna go ahead and have to prepare this. Now, to go ahead and do so, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna be connecting it on this headlight. To do so, it does come with 3 screws, one here, and one right there. Of course, it does come with a 4th one holding it in place, but we just got to remove these to be able to have access to the harness on this headlight. Give me one moment while we go ahead and remove these 10 millimeters. All right, guys, so now that we go ahead and remove this and the screw right there, we have to go ahead and pry this open so it could go ahead and release the headlight. I use a longer trim removal. Just go ahead and see here, boom, and there we go. Now this thing won't fall. Why? Since we did have that last screw here still connected. It's a little safety precaution I'm gonna go ahead and take. And now what we have to do is, let's go ahead and take a look in here. Now this little connector, we're gonna go ahead and remove it. And to do so is very simple. Let's go ahead and see if we could get an overview here. And there we go. So all you have to do, of course, when doing this, it does come with a clip here. Mine went ahead and broke a while back on a project it did last time. That's no biggie. All we have to do is just go ahead and push it down and wiggle it out, and boom, there we go. Now that this is loose, we're gonna go ahead and work with this and be able to connect the harness to go ahead and connect it to that emblem that goes right there. Let's go ahead and get that wiring. All right, guys, so I went ahead and got the harness here that we got with the kit. And it does come with a female and male connector that goes here with the headlight. This portion we could go ahead and leave it until later on. So this is what we're gonna connect the emblem to. Now, what we're gonna do with these two is, as you went ahead and remembered, here is a female adapter we disconnected from the headlight. On doing so, we just have to make sure we connect it with this male adapter. And we're gonna go ahead and insert it as so. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put it through here, a hole that we had. I had to move this a little more over there. Now this is a female original adapter or connector that goes to this headlight, and this is a male connector right here that we went ahead and go ahead and connect it. Now just go ahead and make sure when clipping it, it goes through properly and you hear that snap. Okay, it sounded very light, and of course mine didn't have the missing piece here to clip it properly. So once you go ahead and do so with the female adapter that comes on the harness, we are going to connect this back on the original headlight. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, guys, so once you go ahead and connect the male adapter here to this female original harness, you have this extra female harness. Now this, of course, this is the plastic I mentioned I broke earlier. This, we're going to go ahead and connect it back here on the original section. Let's go ahead and focus that a little quick. Right here. And what we're gonna do is, let's go ahead and paste this here. And just make sure you hear the snap. There we go. And once you're sure it's secured and placed in, push this red tab in, and that's fully locked so it won't go out. Okay guys, so I already went ahead and did the clips like I did show earlier. I went ahead and clipped everything back, put the screws back here, here, and down there like we did mention earlier. Now the other end of the harness that came with the kit would be this one. I went ahead and ran it through here. We wouldn't interfere with anything, and I'm gonna run it down here. And here is gonna be where the emblem is to light up. Now I went ahead and brought this a little closer so I could go ahead and work on it. Take in consideration when going to add the cables. This is the female end that we're going to connect. It does come with two colors. As you can see here, it comes with a black and a purple wire. Now the black, of course, would go with the black, and the purple would go with the white. So there won't be any mistakes. Just make sure you double check before doing any maintenance. Now with these wires, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and connect it in here. To do so, let's go ahead and prepare and remove this clip from here. All I have to do is, as you see, there's a little indents there and back here. Use something to pry it off. Let me show you how it looks after you do that. Okay guys, so working here, once you go ahead and pry that, of course I had to use anything sharp and skinny for enough to fit. In this case I used a nail. You could use anything that you have in hand, doesn't have to be a specific tool. And this, as soon as you get it out, boom, there we go, popped out. Now the next part is we're gonna have to go and remove that inside rubber. It's fine, it's okay, just be careful as long as you don't rip anything. And what we're gonna do is same thing. I'm gonna go to use this nail to go ahead and pry it out. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and pried it out a little bit. So here I could show it and show you. It's as simple as boom, there we go. Okay guys, so before moving to the next step, what we have to go ahead and do is I went ahead and aligned this like I did mention a little closer. Now this piece does go on the bottom and that piece does go on the top, so it could go ahead and lay just like that. Went ahead and did this, and then for the reason that I want to go ahead and make sure I align everything perfectly. Now like I mentioned, this one does have a black wire and a purple wire, and what we have to go ahead and do is the female will go or the punches in the middle will go inside the female. So it's gonna go ahead and like that. Now remember the alignment. So the black will end up going to the left side, and the purple, or in this case the white wire, will go on the right. And this is how we're gonna go ahead and connect it. Give me one moment to get everything ready. Okay guys, so once you go ahead and align it, I already did the black one here. Just make sure before you do anything, you align this properly. Put everything in order first. Go ahead and put the plastic we took off first, the rubber we took off next. After you do so, here we do see a little spacing. Make sure it goes, this little needle here, or that little bump, will go facing down in this scenario. So let's go and do so as real quick here. And there we go. It already snapped on. Even if you pull it, it won't come off. Trust me. What you're gonna do from now is just assemble everything back. Push the rubber back in as far as you can. Don't worry, it doesn't go all the way through. Once you put this part through here, should be able to push it back where it was. And let's go ahead and do that real quick. Boom, there we go. So now everything is clipped. So from here, all we have to do is go ahead and make sure that this connects to this properly, as it seems. Everything seems to be correct. Black with black, purple with the white, like I did mention. And all I'm gonna do is go ahead and zip tie this together here, at a way where it won't disturb. Connect this and put the grill back. Let's go and see the final results right now. Okay guys, so I already went ahead and put the grill back here. I made sure the connection, and make sure when doing the connection the little red clip is pinched in so it will stay locked. Now the exposed wires, I did went ahead and put duct tape all around, or I do apologize, electrical tape, just to make sure that it won't interfere, won't get wet. Make sure everything was covered 100% since it didn't have this plastic tubing on around it. Now once I went ahead and did so, all we have to do is just put the plastic top on top and make sure these clips, we go ahead and put them back on where they are. Now just a little preview right now to see if it does light up at least. There we go. So it is lighting up a little bit. It is daytime, it won't show as much, but I'll go ahead and show you a video or possibly a photo right now of how it does look at the nighttime. Alright guys, so it's another day. I got busy the other day, so now let's go into the back. On the back, this is what the kit comes with. So it does come with the instructions. In this case, of course, I got a Silverado, so I'm gonna use this side to go ahead and align everything. It also comes with this back bow tie. Like I did mention, with the chrome outside, the black inside. And careful when you get this out, make sure you don't peel this plastic off, and only do so whenever you're gonna go ahead and glue it on the tailgate already. Now you're also gonna need some type of adhesive removal, just so whenever we take off the badge, we don't leave any of the old residue left over. And the way we're gonna go ahead and take it off the badge is with just fishing line. Whatever you have, anything can do. Just be very careful, and let's go ahead and get ready on that. Okay guys, so you could go ahead and use the template that the kit came with. I just went ahead and taped it around, just keep the outline. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the same position. There's no issues with that. You could do that as well. Now what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and put the fish tape that I had through here, and all I'm gonna do is go in a back and forth motion. Be very careful when you do so. You don't want to rip the line and do all over it again, but go ahead and do this all around until this pops out. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright guys, so this is how it looks. This is why we need that adhesive removal. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it all over here. Make sure it embeds in that adhesive right here that was left over. It's okay, but now to go ahead and peel it, what I'm gonna go ahead and use is something plastic. This is a plastic trim removal, and I'm just gonna go ahead and peel it slowly, make sure I don't scratch the paint, and let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay guys, so once you go to remove all the excess adhesive that was left over, or the residue, go ahead and get your back piece here. I went ahead and put this tape here. Reason for it is, once I go ahead and put it here, I want to go ahead and make sure I have something to hold it in place, to make sure I have a correct alignment. Just forgot it right now, this is for explaining purposes. Once I see that it's properly aligned, I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over, take this back piece off. Be very careful when doing so, and go ahead and paste it back. Just go ahead and make sure you put pressure all around so it sticks very well. Okay guys, so once it's already sticked on completely, everything's aligned perfectly, everything matches as you can see here. You could go ahead and take off the tape. Just go ahead and do so real quick. There we go. And after doing so, the product should look something like this. There you go. So that's how you go ahead and put the front and the back, and hope you enjoy this video.